Yo, yo. Yo. Yeah, it is January 26th. So it's 2/26/26 today. Just had the fucking mail lady come by. She was like, yeah, so here you go. Here's the mail right here. And she handed me the mail because I'm parked in the middle of the cul-de-sac. Not even in the middle, just like on the cul-de-sac. And my car is like at least like 50 feet away from the fucking mailbox. And she's like, yeah, because literally it's kind of difficult to, like, whenever someone's parked there, to, like, make the turn. And it's like, baby, you're just terrible at driving. I don't know how else to tell you. You just suck at fucking driving if you can't make that little ass turn. You know, like, shut the fuck up. Sorry. I could do that shit in a Peterbilt, Kenworth, you know, 10,000 speed, you know, Allison transmission. I could, like, I'm sorry, you're just terrible at driving. I don't know what else to tell you. You know, and I do understand the thing about with people, like, parking on the side of the road. I do understand how it's annoying. But, I mean, you know, that's just too bad. I'm in a cul-de-sac, you know what I'm saying? And there's also so much room between that and the driveway. Even the HOA doesn't care. We have a shitty HOA. Like, that's how little of a deal it is. So, you know, quit crying about it. That's really all I can say about that. But but anyway, yeah, I think it's been about 2 weeks since I started the cut now. I think. And yeah, there's just been some things with it. You know, that I've had. You know, I knew I was gonna have to learn a lot of stuff about the cut, but man, I was just not really ready for the amount of stuff that I had to learn, and also just how weird of an adjustment it is. You know, like how much time I have now. You know, but now that I'm not bulking, how much easier it is mentally for me. Also, I remember I used to like not really like White Monsters that much, but dude, I've been drinking the fuck out of White Monsters, man. Like, I used to just, I mean, because most Monsters just taste like literally nothing to me, or just like, not really all that. This one is just, I do like that about it. It's like light, it's citrusy, it's 0 calorie, it's refreshing, and it's just, there's just, everything about it is just perfect, you know, especially with that erythritol sweetener. It doesn't have that fake aftertaste bullshit. First sip of the day type shit. That's nice. Yeah, no. But yeah, with the cut, it was going real well. First, like, you know, first little while, first week or so. And then about 2 days ago, I think it was. Holy crap, why am I shifting so shit? About 2 days ago, which is about a week and a half into the cut, I think, I was at the gym. And dude, I had 0 fucking energy at all. And I was like, what in the hell? Because, like, usually I've been, like, fine even on the cut. Like, I still have energy. But, dude, it felt like I was going to pass out. Like, almost kind of like a low blood sugar feeling a little bit. And I just couldn't catch my breath. I was like... And everything was so exhausting and tired. Like, I literally couldn't do the exercises. The shit sucked. I know what the fuck was going on. And then I remembered, like, when I was looking at my macros, and I was looking at, like, you know, I've really just been hitting protein and calories. And I've been having, like, you know, like 30 to 40 grams of carbs every single day. And I was like, holy shit, that's probably the reason. And I was like, I'm having no carbs at all whatsoever, and I'm in a deficit at the same time. I was like, it's no wonder I feel like shit. So I ended up recently just having to adjust, you know, the carbs that I've been eating. You know, and dude, I had to actually do a refeed super early. I was like, which is, I know is insane, you know, but I was actually needing it. It was really bad. Like, I really felt like I was gonna die. Not really, but, you know, it was pretty bad. So I ended up having to... Where the fuck are you going, Buster? I should have just gone. Oh, great. I'm gonna be stuck behind this fucking freight liner for the next 70 miles. I should have just fucking gone. Why didn't I go? Fuck. Anyway. But yeah, I had to do a refeed that soon into the cut because I just wasn't having enough carbs. I'm just still like, kind of adjusting from the bulk. Like, when you're on the bulk, you're having like a lot of fats and stuff like that. That way you don't have to eat more necessarily. You can just kind of have stuff that's more calorie dense but still healthy. So that way you don't have to just absolutely stuff your face. Because most people go, just eat more. And it's like, yeah, you got to eat more for sure. But, do you know how much you would have to eat if you just ate nothing but broccoli? Like, I know no one's saying you got to do that. But, like, in terms of it being like, eating just like broccoli, you would have to eat so much of that shit. And you'd be so full just to get, like, barely any calories in. And that's kind of the opposite of what you want to do. Because, you got to eat so many times a day. Like, you got to eat, like, 4 times a day, man. And then you still got to take your supplements, and you got to do all this shit. And, you're basically never hungry. And even when you are hungry, you're like, man, it's your body just saying, like, hey, I'm low on nutrients and shit. I kind of need some sustenance here. But I'm not going to send enough ghrelin to actually make you hungry. So, like, your body, you literally just, like, kind of are going about your day. Shit. So you're literally just, like, going about your day, and you're kind of like, you know what? I think I'm hungry. Because your body's, like, sending, like, I'm about to pass out signals kind of thing. But not literally, because it's not that bad, because you're literally eating, like, every, like, 3 hours. But, yeah, and it sucks, So I'm actually hungry again for the first time, which is nice. I was like, man, I forgot what it was like to be hungry and to have crazy fucking cravings. Which, it hasn't even been that bad, though. I've been doing, like, 1,800 calories, no problem. And I was actually, doing, like, 1,300 calories, no problem, accidentally. And I was like, yeah, I actually gotta up those numbers. And the rest of it being carbs, so that's pretty much what I gotta do now, is I gotta figure out how to increase my carb intake in a healthy way, which I'm just not used to, so I'm just, trying to, like, adjust to the... Because, whenever I'm, like, bulking, like I was saying, like, it's just easy. Like, I'm like, oh, this is high in fats. Let me get something that's, like, super fatty. Have some oils, have some butters, have some mayonnaise, and shit like that that's, like, super high in calories, and more cheeses, which adds protein and fats. Just stuff like that, and, like, other stuff that easily adds sauces that doesn't really add anything, like, easily adds calories, like sauces. I, like, skipped 4 words. That easily adds calories, like sauces and, mayonnaise and oils and whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, like, stuff like that. And then start adding more food after you do those things, which that way you can hit it pretty easily. And drinkable calories too, like, having the protein shakes, having a snack in the middle of the day that's, like, really easy to get in, something super fatty, like, have some peanuts or something. So they're healthy and they're high in fats, and they got a little bit of protein in it too, which, yeah. But now, I remember one time during the bulk, I was making potatoes. And I was like, this shit is so fucking low calorie. I was like, I can't do this. Like, I was like, I'm just not gonna have, like, potatoes for breakfast because this shit is so low calorie. It's like nothing. So I remember thinking, like, oh, damn, whenever I do the cut, I'm gonna have some more potatoes. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But I just don't know what to make with the potatoes because, dude, potatoes by themselves, like, especially if you put, like, some garlic and some cheese, it's so fucking good, but it's, like, barely any protein when you do that. But when you I could add some kind of meat to it, but a lot of the meats aren't that great that I could add. Like, one time I added this, like, spicy sausage, not summer sausage, this is a spicy sausage, like a Jimmy Dean thing or something, but it was like the Great Value version of that sausage. And it said it's a spicy breakfast sausage. Can y'all fucking go, man? There's 3 people sitting at each other, holding their cocks in their hands, waiting for the other one to start jerking it. Come on, y'all. Come on now. I ain't got all day. My God, man. People don't want to fucking drive, dude. Anyway. And, yeah, the sausage that I put in there, dude, that had to be the most dog food tasting shit I've ever made. I made the potato, because it was going well at first. I made the potatoes perfectly golden brown and crispy and buttery and garlicky and just delicious. And this garlic parm fucking potatoes are just delicious as fuck. And then I added the sausage, and I was like, this tastes like hot dog shit. Like this, it was literally like dog food, bro. It was. I could not finish it. I was like, fuck. Well, there goes me missing a meal for the day. Like I just couldn't do it. Most of the time, I just try to stomach it. Because I'm like, I gotta get my calories in. Let me just suck it up and eat it. And I hate wasting food. But this one was just that bad, man. I just couldn't do it. It made me sick. It was horrible. So at least I know not to use that kind of meat. But I'm trying to think of what I could have. So I probably end up having like turkey bacon or something with it. It's like 45 calories a strip, and it's like 5 grams of protein a strip. So that's an easy way to add a little bit of protein. A little bit of protein, and then have the potatoes. Let me see, I could add some cheese to it. So let's say I have, because I need like 45 to 50 grams of protein a meal, just about. So let's see, if I do the potatoes with the cheese and I do like 2 servings of cheese, it's gonna be like maybe like 20 something grams of protein. And then if I had the turkey bacon, let's say I had 4 strips at 5, it's like 40. So I could do that. I'll probably end up having that. Just have some potatoes with cheese and some turkey bacon. Maybe add I don't know. I need carbs. That's the carbs. I need carbs, protein, and just a little bit of fat. So not really much, because it's going to be low calorie cheese, which is 45 calories per serving, which is really nice. Sound good. Yeah, I think I'll figure it out. So I'll probably do that. Also, orange juice. Orange juice is really good for carbs. I remember I used to do that during the bulk sometimes, like pre or post workout. Have some orange juice, because it's like somewhat healthy depending on the orange juice you get, and it's just high in carbs and shit. It's just, I fucking love orange juice. I love orange juice so much. It's so delicious, man. That's like my milk. That some people are like. I don't like milk that much. I like it. I'll have it. But it's not really like, oh, I just love milk, and some people are fucking go bonkers for fucking milk and shit. I'm not like that. But, yeah, anyway. Yeah, orange juice. I gotta get some orange juice, too. I'll probably do that. It's mainly carbs and protein. Start the day off like that. I don't know how many calories that would be, because like 45 is 4, it's like, which is 90 times 2, is 180. Not bad. Alright, wait. Yeah, 880 should be. And then, plus the potatoes. The potatoes are like 50, 60 calories a serving. I could do like a cup of that for like 200 calories. So yeah, I'd be set. Hell, I might even just use regular cheese just because I want to get more calories. And I just, want it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I'll see what I'll do. Maybe I'll use more turkey bacon. Or you know what? I was talking about avocado. I might add like a healthy source of fats, like avocados. Yeah, I might do that. Hell, I could even have avocado toast with turkey bacon for breakfast. That might be a good breakfast. Get some carbs in that fucking bread, and then have the protein, low fat shit, low sodium, all that. Yeah, there's a few options that I got, and it's like I can actually have like a somewhat well-rounded breakfast instead of it just being like pound protein and pound calories, and low carbs. It's just like all fats and fucking protein. It's a nice flip in the other direction, because carbs are delicious, man, and so are fats. And so are proteins, but I'm kind of getting tired of not really being able to, I don't know what I'm saying. It's a nice turnaround, I can actually have like a somewhat normal breakfast to a degree. It's pretty nice. I hate these hills. There goes me spinning my fucking tires, because I have no other choice but to do that, because I'm on a fucking hill and a manual. I hate this fucking shit. And now this asshole's cutting me off. You're too slow. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Anyway, yeah. So that was pretty strange. I had to do a refeed pretty early, which I guess I didn't have to. I could have just upped my calories, but my performance was suffering in the fucking gym, dude. Suffering, dude. Fuck. What are these people doing going like 40 miles an hour, dude? Like, just speed it up, man. Yeah, I really could have just upped my carbs and just, like, I don't know, went back to normal. But I just decided to do that anyway, because I was also craving crumble cookie. Like, I could have had, like, so, like, I had McDonald's, and I had, like, you know, I think it was, like, a McDouble, because it still has, it's the most amount of carbs, I think. It's carbs and protein, and lower fat kind of ratio thing. So I had that with a bunch of, I had a medium fry, and I had some ketchup and a Coke Zero. But yeah, that was kind of like my way of having a bunch of carbs. And then, you know, then the next day I had crumble. I had a whole fucking cookie. I've never finished one of those cookies before, but I actually finished it yesterday. So now I'm just back on it normal. Like what I was having before, dead ass. I was just having, I'd wake up, I'd have like ground beef with like these like guacamole like chips and some like fat-free cheese. Then I'd have a protein shake when I get to work. And then for dinner I have 8 ounces of chicken. And that's my whole day. Like that's it. And like that's literally it. That's all I'd have. Like no problem. And I'm fine with doing that. You know? Like when people were like on the weekends, like, on the weekends, you know, I kind of tend to overeat and I accidentally eat 60,000 calories. I actually undereat on the weekends. I accidentally don't eat. I hate that shit, you know, because it was annoying during the bulk because I'm like, oh my god, I gotta make 6 fucking meals and, you know, whatever, and you just had to eat. And, you know, I just never made, you know, food on the weekends like that. I was just so fucking lazy on the weekends because I was already busting ass the whole week. You know, and I did it most of the time, but there's a lot of, well, actually, I did it like half the time. It was really bad. Or I would eat out on the weekends a lot. Not good. But, yeah, it's a lot more different. It's a lot different now. I don't know. Whatever. I'm still brain dead right now. But yeah, it's different. It's nice in a good way, you know. Nice in a good way. Of course, it's nice in a good way. It's nice and it's different in a good way. What I'm trying to say. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I'm almost to my job now, but, you know, it's pretty much just yapping about that change yesterday. It was pretty weird. But it does suck, though, right now, seeing my, I don't know how normal this is for my strength to be going down. You know, but my strength is going down. It's not by a lot. It's like a rep or two. And then on my bench is really suffering. And I guess it just makes sense that the compound movements are one of the first ones to start going down. But I was benching, I think, 155 for like 8 reps. And now I'm only doing it for like 6. You know, which is just crazy. And then on the second set, I did 5 reps. And then I just didn't even do a third set. You know, during the bulk, I was actually having trouble, and I was like plateauing and stuff like that. So I actually had to cut back the volume just a little bit, which was mainly why I started this cut now, is because of that. I was having to start doing, instead of 3 sets, I was doing like 2 sets in exercise. Depending, if it was an isolation movement, I did 3. But for a lot of things, I just did 2. Like for the compound movements or for like the really big, heavier exercises, like, you know, especially, I just did 2 sets of squats anyway, you know, but for a lot of things, I was only doing 2 sets. I don't know if that negatively impacted it, you know, might have cut back a little too much, possibly, and that could be why I'm losing strength, maybe, I don't know, but I just hope I'm not losing muscle, man, you know, but I do know it's normal to, you know, for shit to go down. Maybe it's normal, but it seems, it's almost alarming, man, because I knew I was going to lose strength, but I thought it was supposed to be like 3 weeks in that you start losing strength, like 3 or 4 weeks in, not fucking week 1.5, like in the first like 2 weeks, like within it. But that's what it is. I don't know. I'm just going and learning, and, you know, first cut, you know, make mistakes, learn, and, you know, because like I just did with the carbs thing. I didn't fucking know I was supposed to like keep my carbs up like that. And then it turns out you're supposed to have, get your protein, and then 25% of your calories is supposed to be fat. Only 25%, and then the rest is supposed to be carbs. So it's actually like far more in favor of carbs and protein than it is of fucking fats, which makes sense. So I had to switch that up. So yeah, you live and you learn, and you just grow from it, or don't grow from it, because I'm losing muscle. I hope not. Maybe it's just normal. But yeah, it does suck to see your numbers go down in strength in the gym, but yet you still look fat. That's what sucks. You still look skinny fat. Like, my fucking waist is so wide. I don't even have a V-taper anymore, dude. Like, I used to like have that like Crash Bandicoot V-taper. I don't even have that shit anymore. Like, now my waist is like the same like width, because like I store like a lot of my body fat like in my stomach and shit like that. Which, I guess it could be worse. I don't know. I do it in my face and my stomach like normal people, I guess. Like most people do. But yeah, you can definitely see it. My waist is like way too fucking wide, man. It pisses me off. But also yesterday I did look in the mirror after a cheat meal, after I had that whole fucking crumble cookie. So that's probably another factor as to why I look like shit. But live and you learn, man, But yeah, I'm here at work now, so let's get at it.